Hello, how are you all doing? This is Shay Margarita. I'm trying to wait for folks to come on live, come on in. Let's get it together. I'm so excited about what we're about to do in here today in the house of Margarita in her kitchen. I'm gonna need for you to get your friends, come on live, let me know. I want you to be commenting. Jasmine, how you doing? I can always count on Jasmine. She is phenomenal. She is phenomenal. Jasmine is a new doula. She is working with Black women, trying to help them in a natural way to prepare their bodies for pregnancy and through their pregnancy. So I'm so excited. She's certified. I'm so excited. Check her out, Jasmine Brooks. So excited to see you folks coming in here. Today, we're going to be cooking some shrimp and grits. That's right, shrimp and grits, Margarita style. So you want to get your friends while you're here. Please remember that I am on YouTube at Shay, C-H-E-Z, Margarita, M-A-R-G-R-I-M-A-R-G-R-I-T-A, Margarita. Figure that out. I'm also on Instagram under the same handle, Shay Margarita. So get on both of those and click like, share, and comment. And I want to hear from you today here as well. I'm waiting for folks to come on board, but we are going to start preparing our pans. Today, remember, I'm always talking to you about the same thing. Using your tools, using your food, your palate around flavors and spices, and today won't be an exception. So we are using our electric skillet. It's one of those tools that are underrated because you can make it portable, you can free up your stovetop for multiple dishes, and it is really not as hot as your stovetop, conserving on energy as well. So I have already preset and started to warm my electric skillet with the top on. We're about to get our oils in. You're going to need, if you follow this recipe and you want to do it at home, you're going to need some shrimp, onions, and some smoked sausage or kibasi, whatever you like as a base. Those are going to be your proteins, the shrimp and the kibasi. And then we're going to flavor it, of course, with the stuff out my cabinet. Remember, if you don't have spices in your house, it's okay. It's okay to have a baseline, but it's time to start playing with them. Buy them from the Dollar Tree, buy them from Dollar General, get them cheap places so you're not spending like a lot on them, because spices can be very, very expensive, and you don't want to buy expensive spices until you know you like it. So we're going to start by preparing this pan. Good to see everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe make sure you're liking this video, sharing it, telling people it's on. Let me get started. So we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan to start. Of course, you know what I say, when you're cooking with olive oil, you can go ahead and buy the extra virgin olive oil. I use the just classic general, unless I'm putting the olive oil as a content or an ingredient. I would not use the extra virgin olive oil. Save that for when it matters. This is just going to be a vehicle to start your cooking. And I'm going to use some butter. You know butter's my friend. Don't pretend you don't know that already. But I would never put butter in a pan without another oil to ride with it because of the high burn on butter. So here I'm using about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. You know I buy it by the chunk, right? So I'm not telling you, it's about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. Add that to your skillet and let those oils stir around and start to mix. In the meantime, I've already chopped my onions. So I'm going to show you some of what I've already prepared. So I've got chopped onions, which are going to go in here next. And then we're going to add our smoked sausage. To start to cook those and get a little brown, a little burn, a little flavor build up on the bottom of the pan. Perfect. The butter and the oil is melting. I don't have to wait for it to melt all the way. Remember, I'm being very protective of that high burn level on the butter itself, even though I have the oil. So in goes a whole chopped onion, not finely diced. It's just chopped, roughly chopped. I used a white onion. You can use Daldea, which is more sweet, or you can use a red onion, which has got a little bit of a bite, or if you want to use yellow onion, it's an onion. Get it in the pan. That's important. So I'm going to start to, of course, build up some caramelization on the onion, get them cooked, and get them translucent. Translucent is the opposite of opaque. So opaque means that you can't see through it. Translucent means that it's not crystal clear like a window, but it is starting to get that see-through kind of look to it. So we're going to cook that, and I am cooking it on medium-high. Of course, you can gauge your temperatures by yourself. If it looks like it's cooking too fast, turn it down. I'm not going to tell you how your stove works. All right? Turn it down. So I want to get my sizzle on, so I'm probably going to crank this up a little bit. In the meantime, while that's cooking, I'm not going to leave you just hanging up there. Next thing we're going to do is talk about these other spices we're going to be using today. I have a spice brigade going, and instead of, I tell you, I'm learning as I go. Instead of just spooning out every spice, I pre-measured them and put them on the plate. I'm going to just tell you what they are, okay? So, I have on my plate here, you see, I have put on oregano, an 1/8 teaspoon of oregano, a full tablespoon and a half of dried minced onions, an 1/8 teaspoon of basil. I have a half teaspoon of Creole seasoning. Any Creole seasoning will do. I have my paprika, Hungarian paprika, Old Bay seasoning. You can't leave out the Old Bay. You want to put some shrimp on it? Old Bay and shrimp, like they go together. And then I've got lemon pepper. Why? Because I want the pepper and I want the lemon because it's seafood. We're about to kick up some seafood, and that's why. It's good on chicken and other stuff. And then I've got some filet, right? And lastly, some oregano. That's what's on my plate. And I'm going to hold these up so you can see what they look like. I just wanted them pre-measured so we can talk about them and get them in the pot at the same time. So, Old Bay is an ingredient. Lemon pepper is going to be an ingredient. It doesn't have to be these brands. Paprika. Whatever type of Creole seasoning you like. I like Zatarain's. Oregano. Basil leaves. That filet. This is Louisiana filet. This is what the secret of good gumbo is. When you go to Louisiana, all that shrimp and sausage or chicken and okra and stuff, it don't just get good by itself. They have a secret. It's filet. And you can find this in most of your groceries. And then again, we've got those minced onions. I go nowhere without them, right? So right now, having told you all of that, we're going to add our next most famous ingredient, and you already know what those are. As we stir these around, can you see that they're changing? These onions are changing. Not only are they caramelizing a little bit, they're also getting a little bit of that translucentness we were talking about. And the smell, the wafting of this smoke in my face, the steam in my face, is almost driving me crazy. So I guess I need to hurry up. What I have also is that minced garlic. However you like your garlic, this is a half teaspoon of garlic. We're going to put it right on top of those onions. Start getting that brown in. Don't want it to burn. Garlic will burn quickly. Remember that. It will burn quickly. Okay. Next thing to go in is going to be a full pound of your favorite sausage, whether it's andouille, traditionally used in Creole foods, or this is a spicy smoked sausage. You can use kibasi, you can use whatever you want. This is a spicy smoked sausage. So all that goes in. I cubed it so people can get a lot of little bites all together. Okay. Let's get that all mixed in. Making sure you're liking and commenting. Hey there, Terry. Terry, it's so good to see you. I'm sorry. And there's Victoria. Awesome. Alicia Grady, now you know I don't need to teach you how to cook nothing. You are a master chef and caterer. But I'm glad and honored that you jumped on the line anyway. Hey Jessica, that is my sweet evangelist. So good to see you. So good to see you. So we're going to let that cook some more. All together, we can see, hopefully you can see that we've got a good flavor mix going on combo. And this is going to make all of the base of what we want to have over our shrimp, over our grits and to mix with our shrimp. Next thing I'm going to do is add that plate full of spices. Remember, we had minced onions, we had basil, got the filet, we have lemon pepper, we have cayenne pepper, we have Creole seasoning, we have Hungarian paprika, our Cajun seasoning, and oregano, all in. Yes. Let's get that base flavor running. Now, I say this, I'm not cooking for your palate, and you don't have to stick to my recipe. This is where you start to develop your own palate. So you start to, of course, add with the baseline and continue to cook. All together, what we're finding is that the more you move to one side of the spices, so from sweet to savory, you'll probably stay there. A lot of people may be what I call sweet cooks. They use a lot of sugar. They put sugar in their spaghetti, in their tomato sauces, in their chilies. That's fine if that's in their grits. You know, there's a big argument between should grits and oatmeal and such be eaten with sugar or salt and pepper, rice too. As long as you like it, do what you like. That's what I'm going to say. Do what makes you happy. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the liquid base. I am going to save the shrimp to last because it's cooked so fast and I don't want it overcooked. So our liquid base is consisting of some chicken broth. I'd rather have chicken broth than chicken stock, but chicken broth is what we have today, and we're using the 33% less sodium because some of those seasonings have sodium in it, and you might want to control for that. You'll notice most often I do not use salt in my recipes. So we're going to start out with a cup and a half of this chicken broth. Okay, I see a little bit of fat on here I don't necessarily want in here, so I'm going to take it off. Adding that right in. It's going to cause some steam. That's okay. That's just fine. And then I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of vegetable stock. You can find seafood stock in your grocery. It is hard to find and it is a little bit more expensive. But this combination is just right. So I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup. That's a half. There you go. I'm sorry, that's a 1/4 right there of the vegetable stock. You can go all vegetable stock, and I'll tell you why I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I don't want my sauce to be too dark, right? So, continue to share and comment. I'm glad you're watching me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On the sideline, I've got my favorite sidekick, Mackenzie, so she might be telling me some of the comments you have or questions, and I'll answer them. Unfortunately, I can't see that well, but I can see your name, so I'm so glad to see you, Angel Mia. Let's see. Any comments, Mackenzie?
Jessica said, send me this recipe. I need the low sodium dish.
Perfect. We can do that.
That's really it. Someone said, hi, yum.
Thank you.
Aunt Karen said, heart emojis.
Hey, Auntie.
Yeah.
Great. So there is one seasoning that I left. I have heard about this sesame flavor. I don't know a lot about it. I know it's traditionally a Latin mix, and so I just need to know if I'm gonna like it. So I'm gonna open the corner and taste it. First, I'm gonna taste my base and see if that tastes okay. It is bubbling away here, continuing to cook. Yep, perfect. Not fishy yet. The seafood flavor, but it can use a little bit of this sesame in it. So we're going to, well, I don't know that because I didn't taste it, did I? Well, you know what? Never too late. I'm going to taste some. It tastes chickeny. A little bit of salt, but not too much. You know what? In goes a few sprinkles of sesame. I'm going to spread it higher, like that. Just because I saw that on somebody's YouTube one day. It looked sexy. And we're going to stir that in. I threw that spoon away. I got a new spoon. Don't get all hyper on me. You know I don't double dip. Oh, that's looking perfect. Next, we are going to add a little bit of lemon juice. Why? Because lemons and seafood go together. I don't want it too tart though. So I'll be adding a half teaspoon of lemon juice to the dish. I always have the privilege and the prerogative, another spoon. If I don't think it's lemony enough, I can fix it. I had whole lemons, and I encourage you to use whole lemons. I didn't have them in stock today, so I used the lemon juice from the shop.
Someone said that their head aims to get a taste.
Come on in. I'll have plenty. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so I am going, that's the last of my ingredients, I think. We're great, except for the shrimp. I don't want this broth to boil all out, so I'm going to put the top on real quick. Let that steam be captured inside. Now I can see you better.
Someone asked, what is your name to your brand? What's the brand to the
electric skillet?
Yeah.
This is a Copper Chef. I use Copper Chef as much as possible. I have had pieces for 6 and 7 years, and they look brand new. Wash out great, never stick, never scorch. I just love it. And they come in skillets, they come in fryers, they come in stock pots, quart sizes variant. So I would continue to use it. Love it. This is a big one. I want you to know I have already cooked my grits. I put in 4 cups of water, a cup of grits, butter, and some salt. Let the water boil first, then add those other ingredients once the water comes to a boil. After that, put on the top and let it simmer, stirring every about 4 to 5 minutes. And I let them cook a long time because I don't want, one thing I don't want my grits to be is gritty. I want them to be creamy. I want them to be succulent. I want them to be tender. And so I let them cook on low for a while. Perfect. Now, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It's a full boil. Can you see the full boil? Ooh, I don't want to spill out. Full boil. And now it's time to add the piece de la resistance shrimp. I have the shrimp and stock that came in them. These are tail-on shrimp with the actual shell on it. I leave them on because they add flavor, and people can take those out if you want to. They're deveined. This was a frozen bag. These are the size 16-22 jumbo shrimp. So I'm going to add them right here. If you can see them, I'll put them up close. I'm going to add this whole bowl to this with the stock. Why do I add the stock? Because there's flavor in the stock. That's what's going to bring that full vibrancy to the whole dish. Now, I haven't turned this down any because I'm layering how I've introduced the different ingredients. You'll see the temperature go down. Don't panic. You'll want that to happen. There's this variant between high and low heat that allows the absorption of flavors. This is wonderful. And what do I have in my back pocket? I can always add some more water or some more of either one of the stocks. Remember, you can't break this. It's only food, people. It's only food. You can't break it. I'm going to...
Alice liked it.
Hi, Alice. Thank you. Don't forget to go on your YouTube and hit the channel Chez, C-H-E-Z, Margarita. Also go over to Instagram and become a follower. On the YouTube, make sure you're subscribing. Your girl is trying to get her subscribers up. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this spring. So you can help me do that. Hit the bell icon also so that you always get my content. Let me know if the content's good. Share, like, comment. This is what you need to know about Shea Margaritas. It's going to be about eating. So we're going to do a little mukbanging. It's going to be about cooking. It's going to be about food reviews. We're just going to explore food, some story times, some commentary between me and Mackenzie, my daughter. We're going to make it happen, and we need you to make it happen. So continue to love on us. Thank you. I'm going to put the top on while I dish up. I'm going to get my pot and dish up some grits. Add some to a plate so we can be ready. It will take this no more than, on high, I would expect it takes no more than 3 minutes to cook this all through with the top on. I have a secret. You know, I used to think that I never thought. I used to boil water without the top on and wondered why it took so long. Well, because all of the air was cooling my water off as it boiled. My grandmother told me, LMA, told me, girl, put a top on your pot if you wanted to boil. Ever since then, I thought, this is magical. This is about as magical as when my girlfriend, Marilyn, told me that the tab says, I'm going to grab one. Because you may not know this any more than I did. So, you get your handy box of Reynolds wrap, whatever it is that you use, whether it's wax paper, it can be foil, it can be parchment paper, and you open it up. You pull it out. What happens? The daggone roll rolls out too. You're always trying to keep the roll in, tear it off. You see this? You see these little tabs on the end right here? Can you see the perforation around here? They are on both ends of the box. What do you do with those? You punch them in. You know why? It keeps the foil inside, the roll inside the box. Who knew? I didn't know what they were for. There were no directions. So when you get a good tip, pass it on. I'm not passing it on to you. Shea Margarita in the House of Margarita, we all gonna be smart around this food deal, I promise you. Let me check on this and stir it again, and then we'll grab those grits. See, already. Are they able to see roll, Mackenzie? Inside the pot?
I'm not there yet, so
you can't see?
I can't tell, but it looks like it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it up some more or bring it back some more. I don't know which direction.
Just lift it up a little bit.
I'm lifting up a little bit. Can you see that those shrimp are already starting to turn pink? Perfect. Now, what's important for you to know here is that you can go from here to your plate if you like. I probably won't. I'm going to serve a little bit so you can see it, but as soon as we're done, I'm going to take my proteins out, put them aside. I'm going to use all that juice and thicken it up with just a little bit more butter and let it become a sauce, more of a sauce, and because I want it to be a light glazing gravy over top. And this has a little bit more liquid than I might want to actually serve, but we're going to do it for you right now because this right here is perfect. Yes?
Someone said they look delicious. Good tip, I agree. Who knew?
Who knew? I'm telling you, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Like you buy one of those those coffee blenders, coffee grinders, and use it to grind whole spices, like your peppercorns. Grind it yourself. It'll be fresher. And yeah, of course, your coffee. Don't use the same thing. Buy two. I bought two. I'm a little obsessive. I'm going to be right back. I got to get that pot. Mackenzie, can you get the pot for me? Perfect. And we're going to plate our dish. Thank you. So, here are our grits. Grits all done. They're creamy, buttery. That's why they're sliding. You might even see a little bit of that butter in there. Yeah, I do a little butter. If you're butter conscious, don't. Use olive oil, use avocado oil, use coconut oil. Don't use oil. It's on you. These are yours. It's to have or not to have. I'm going to add, giving it a stir. They're nice and creamy. I'm going to add some grits to my bowl here. Now, you can use this without grits. You might want to just do this with rice. You might want to do this with, you might want to do that with some linguine. You might want to do it over some spiralized zucchini or radishes. Turn this down. As instead of a replacement for the carbs, you can still have the same dish. Play with your food. Remember what I say, it is only what? Food. So we've got our shrimp and our grits. For me, a grit is not a grit unless I add a little bit of cheese. So I'm going to add a little cheese to this. You don't have to do that. I am going to tell you, cheese is a fat lady's kryptonite. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to sprinkle a little cheese. I'm not afraid to admit it. A little cheese over the top of my grits. So that was probably not even an eighth a cup. Maybe about 3 tablespoons. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to ladle on this broth with the tazo, like smoked sausage, the grits, all in there. So it's beautiful sauce, a beautiful sauce and a beautiful dish. And we've done this together in no time. Put the top back on so the smoke stops, and then I'm going to move this out the way and bring this up close. You looking at what I'm looking at? Can you see what I'm seeing? This is magic in a bowl. It's gonna make you happy, I promise you, to the end. You don't have to take my word for it though. You know why? Because I'm gonna try it. I would force Mackenzie to try it. She got things to do right now. Okay, let's see. You don't have to take my word for it because you can make this at home yourself. Oh, this is gonna be super tasty and super hot. I do not want to blow out all my taste buds. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, first, look at those grits, that cheese and that broth we created. Isn't that beautiful first? And then yes, I need a little protein in my life too. And these. Thank you for the likes. Make sure you're liking and sharing. And don't forget to get over to that YouTube, Shay Margarita. Subscribe. Become a follower.
Someone said don't forget to send me the recipe.
I won't. In fact, we will try to make sure that the recipe gets down in the link too. So this is the shrimp. It's hot. I'm afraid because it's hot. But I'm going in because of you.
I want to try it.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, I'll try it off camera.
You're going to try it off? Okay. She's going to try it off camera. Once your children start eating your food, they keep eating your food, even if they're adults. Okay. Good? Let's get a little bit of that sausage and onion in that bite too. I can just tell. Cheese is dripping. I can just tell. This is magic about to happen. I gotta get another shrimp and try to start cooling that off. Okay. First, the grits and the sausage.
What do you think?
I'm trying not to lick this spoon. Not really. That by itself is magic. Now for the shrimp. Mm. First, you got to taste it with the peel on, because that's where all the flavor's captured. Now, rolling back that peel right there, pinching that tail. Woo! Yes. Yes. And again, I say yes. Perfect. What I want you to know is that that is so daggone tender. The shrimp is still so juicy because I didn't overcook it. Because I didn't put them in till last. So they're not rubbery and hard. And do yourself a favor. I know you can get the $5 bag of raw shrimp. And they're usually the large shrimp. If that's what you want and that's what you can afford, fine. But if you can splurge and go up to the $10 bag of jumbo shrimp, do that. Because it allows you to cook them for a little bit longer. That's delicious. You can have this too, with all kind of variations. More heat, if you like. Add more of the Creole seasoning or more Old Bay. More tart, add more lemon. It's yours to make. I thank you so much for just being with me through this time. Like, share, and comment. Go over to YouTube. Make sure you are subscribing to my channel, Chez Margarita. Also on Instagram, Chez Margarita, C-H-E-Z, Margarita is where you'll find me, and show me some love. I'm posting as much as I can, people, just because I love to do this and I love spending time with you. All right. Praying that everyone is well. Remember, our object all the time is to dine sufficiently. And we have. See ya. Bye.